All right, hello and welcome again. I got another video coming here. Uh, it's not this. This is just a nice little background I found until I get to the actual thing. Hopefully the background music isn't too loud for you. But I'm a big fan of horror. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of horror games per se, but I really love horror movies. ARGs are really cool. Like a lot of like the scarier ARGs are really kind of neat. Um, Horror shorts, horror movies, anything related to horror, I'm a big fan of, right? And I found this one. I I'm a s- I don't know if it would technically qualify as an ARG per se or not. I think he is building it up to be one though, because he's like going over lore and everything for it, and it's really cool. And unfortunately, he's not getting a whole lot of attention for his projects, and that's really that's really a shame because like I'm loving it so far, right? And I want more people to see it. So I'm gonna go over like they're really short videos, like 2 or 3 minutes long each. So I just wanted to go over a few of the first couple to show people what it's like and maybe react to it a little bit. And then if it's intriguing to you in any way, I fully 100% recommend Um going to his channel and watching all of them because all his content is great, not just the series that he's putting out, but all of it. So I do highly recommend that. Sorry. So let's get started.
Hey everyone.
Oh, that's a little loud. Actually, so this is his channel. The link will be down in the description for it, but it's Were It Not That I Have Bad Dreams. And he deserves a lot more subscribers than what he does. And so the problem that you're going to see that sometimes is unavoidable in this day and age is that he is in fact using AI to produce a lot of these videos, but he does it in a weird way. So like I don't know how to say it, right? So there's a big problem with AI, especially when it comes to artists and stuff. And I'll go over more of like my thoughts on AI in a different video. This will just be like a quick touch on it or whatever. Like, I'm not for policing if people can or can't use AI. You can do whatever the hell you want, right? But I don't really consider just because someone made something cool in AI for that means they're an artist. You're not an artist just because you created something cool in AI, right? But he's using AI here as a tool for crafting his own story. And that makes it a lot cooler, in my opinion. He's not treating it like, yeah, I created this because he didn't. The computer created this. But he's using the AI in conjunction with storytelling. And you'll see he actually like manages to get AI art to move as in like an actual video to like where it's like movements. It's not just a still image. And I don't really know how he does that. I wouldn't really consider it an artist, but it's still really cool using a tool and like making it work in such a way that you can actually create something really like awesome in my opinion because I love this like new series that he's working on here, right? And you're going to see in a second what I'm talking about here. So like I think it's pretty neat. I first stumbled upon this on TikTok, I think, and then I followed him to YouTube and checked out his other videos, and all his videos are really cool. Um, and he has such a good way to laying out the story and building upon each video, and it's really cool the mythos he's setting up for this new one, Drer. So let's get into it. Hopefully it's not too loud.
Hey everyone, this is Gamer Extreme back again with another live stream. Today we're doing something a bit different.
I mean, come on, you couldn't come up with a better sounding YouTuber name though? Gamer Extreme. Sorry. I am going to be reacting to it because I don't want it to appear that I'm just stealing his content, because that's not my intention here at all. I fully endorse people going and checking out his content, and I'm not going to be showing all of them. I'm only going to be showing like 3 or 4 different small ones in the beginning for you guys to get a taste of what I'm trying to show is like a very good series, and I do hope that it gets more eyes on his product because it deserves it. It deserves more attention than it's getting, especially when I can tell that he's putting a lot of hard work into this. I can just tell, like, he's actually putting pretty good work into this. So
Bit ominous. We're going to attempt to speedrun Drer. The game's said to be cursed if you can finish it fast enough. Some of you might remember I've tried this a few times before, but nada, zip, zilch. This time, however, I've got a new strategy. We're going to bypass all NPC dialogue. Just skip it all. And then I want you to mimic the character movements exactly as I do them. This is critical for exploiting the glitch in the game's code. Ready? Let's dive in.
By dawn, the god of destruction will... Die, worms!
and I love this, like, so I messaged the creator, and he said a big inspiration for this game was actually Dark Seed, which was originally a MS DOS and Sega Saturn game, I think. And it's really cool. You can definitely see the inspiration for it. It's very like Lovecraftian, and I love horror in this vein. It's really cool.
Another body. Something tells me I'll be seeing a lot of...
Oh, thank you so much for your...
Okay, thanks, but I've got places to be.
You're my knight in shine.
You're not the first person to say that. Okay, now we just have to go in here.
I love the voice acting too. It's pretty
If I've
cool.
done this right, the orb should... Yes, it worked. We're nearing the end, folks. This is the fastest I've ever been. If the curse is real, we're about to find out.
Ah, such haste. Have you really reached my sanctum this quickly? An impressive feat, or perhaps a deception? I see. You have not walked the path I designed, not faced the trials, not tasted the fear. You have taken shortcuts through the world of Drer, ignoring the rules of the game. You believe you have outsmarted me. Let me remind you, player, this is my realm, my game. If you choose to break the rules, then so too can I.
I'm out, guys. That was getting too weird.
Oh, did you believe that your reality was separate from mine? Do you feel it? The Drer seeping through your mind. If you break my game, I shall break your mind. Welcome to the true Drer. Here, there are no shortcuts, no cheat codes, only raw survival. And perhaps your descent into madness.
So that was the first one. It's very cool.
Rise and shine.
That's a little loud.
Fine, my
Okay. Maybe I should have made a playlist. That would have been a little bit easier. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, though. I'm sorry about that, everyone.
cheating little meat marionette. It's time for another day at the office.
All right, folks. Today we are counting down the top 5 weirdest and creepiest deaths in Drer. We just left our pixelated home, and now we're moving to the second level, to the coast, and aboard the legendary ship, the Archon. We're headed straight towards our first deadly encounter, the Slug of Despair, as I like to call it. This mass of tentacles was apparently a sanitation unit for the ancient civilization of Drer, but something went very wrong. One touch, and it's game over.
Yes, that's it. Touch it, puppet. Feel its embrace.
Always scared me as a kid how the slug consumes you. Cool as the death animation is, when you restart, there are way more slugs infesting the Archon, which is kinda annoying. And weird.
Ah, dear human, you thought it was game over, didn't you? But not quite yet. You have a more interesting role to play. Can you feel them squirming and wriggling inside you? Their time is drawing near, the moment to birth the abominations growing within. Embrace the discomfort, for it is but a prelude to the true horror that awaits you tomorrow.
Okay, let's move on to number 2 on our list of top 5 weirdest and creepiest deaths in Drer. Now this one is really gross. It's one I like to call the Nerve Shredder.
And here we are, at the most exciting event of the year, the Game Rush convention, and it's been absolutely fantastic. So many of you wonderful folks turned out in your stunning cosplay outfits, honoring our favorite characters from across the
all the
gaming
great
world.
cosplays
Truly
we got
a
going
sight
here.
to behold. But that's not all. Just behind me, in a special closed-off section of the convention, we have 400 of the world's best gamers competing in the high-octane speedrun championship. They're taking on Neon Gauntlet, an infamously difficult game that tests players' reflexes and skill. The competition is intense. We will check in with them a bit later. What an exciting hour it's been. We've had reveals that have exceeded all our wildest dreams. The adrenaline-fueled Bloodborne kart racing, the long-awaited Half-Life 3.
I love this. Because there's so many, like, Easter egg digs on it. Half-Life 3 is never gonna happen, guys. I hate to tell you, but it's never gonna happen.
The dark and thrilling Akira RPG.
I would probably play an Akira RPG. I don't think it would be that bad.
And of course, who could forget the fan favorite, Sonichu and the Dimensional Merge.
God damn it!
To the extreme.
Just stop.
Brad, what's going on over there?
That is loud. Sorry about the ears, folks.
Several days have passed since the catastrophic explosion at the Bowman Convention Center, an incident that has shocked and devastated the gaming community and the nation. Preliminary investigations suggest that faulty electrical equipment is to blame for the horrific incident. Despite exhaustive search and rescue efforts, the whereabouts of 400 attendees remain a disturbing mystery. The families of the missing have issued desperate pleas for
Poor Erica, entangled in the monstrosity you forged, your harrow. Soon it will heed a new master. When will the maw stretch open its jaws?
We estimate a few days, Miss Blackwood. The 400 are pushing the boundaries of Drer. We're merely dancing to the rhythm of time.
Time, our final adversary. Yet even it bows before inevitability. Destiny inches closer with every tick.
Let me pause this first, because I don't know. It seems Gotta love yard
Young
sales.
man, I have something you might be interested in.
Now that is creepy. Don't want to see someone like that.
Just look at all these figures. I had a ton of them when I was your age.
Michael, where's Jacob?
What are you talking about? He's right here. Huh?
Damn it, I asked you to keep an eye on him.
Mom, Dad,
God, that's so creepy. I'm sorry. Like, I know it's AI and everything, and it's kind of cool to get the like faces to move or whatever, but especially with this kid, it just looks so wrong and creepy. Well, I guess that's kind of part of the whole, like, you know, that's part of the whole series. Like, it's all supposed to be upsetting or unnerving or uncanny valley type thing.
You're going to lose him for real if you don't start acting responsibly.
Jacob, buddy, you mustn't wander off like that. You're gonna give your mom a heart attack.
They got so many cool games. And one of the old consoles, too. Can I use my pocket money to get them? Please, Dad?
Are you sure? This stuff looks pretty retro.
Yeah, Dad. I love stuff like this.
God, now I feel old. Oh, yeah. A PlayStation 1's retro now? I mean, I guess technically, yeah, it is, but now I just feel old. Because, like, to me, retro would be like Sega Genesis or Nintendo or Super Nintendo, not PlayStation 1, but I guess I can see that.
Just $2 for the lot. It's all his.
$2? No way, I'd feel like I was robbing you. Here, take 10.
No, son, 2 is all I need.
Take 10, creepy Crypt Creeper guy.
Weirdo at a yard sale just hands him a bunch of games. It's not right, Michael. You should never have brought all that stuff home. I think you should chuck it out.
Yes! I love that sound. Let me rewind that. I'm sorry. I grew up with PlayStation 1 and that sound is so nostalgic.
Valiant One, I have observed your travels within the thorny labyrinths of Drer. You have not merely sought the way through the maze, but have stood against the terrible Eben plague, the shadow virus that...
Plus, I kind of feel like an actual kid would, like, not have the patience to play a type of game that's, like, point and click, gotta find everything, and, like, hidden, like, tricks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these types of games are very meticulous, and most of them have, like, a time limit of some sort where you got to do stuff in the right order in the right time, otherwise you'll get a bad ending. And I don't see like an actual kid having the patience to do something like
writhes
that.
and gnashes within the marrow of our land. All side quests completed, every cry for aid answered, every tear consoled. Your dedication is as clear as the purest river. Yet it is not the magnitude of your achievements that inspires awe, but the manner in which you've pursued them. Not a single rule broken, not a single shortcut taken. Your heart radiates with a light unblemished by the venomous whispers of deceit. And for this, the dread Acacia has not loosed her wrath upon you. Before you lies the final gauntlet of this mechanized purgatory. It is the domain of the Harrow, the decapitated relic of our once kindly deity, Seraphel, whose essence once cradled us with divine grace. But alas, a parasitic taint known as Acacia infiltrated our beloved. In its clutches, Seraphel turned against us. To preserve the scraps of our existence, we committed an act of cosmic sacrilege, the fall of our celestial guardian. Now the Harrow, the once noble cranium of Seraphel, serves as a twisted throne to Acacia. It is there she squats, conducting her macabre symphony, transforming the agony of Drer into a sinister power. Her insatiable hunger drives her to resurrect her celestial puppet, to imprint her will upon the canvas of creation itself.
Like, I'm not really big into, like, horror video games, not because they're scary, but because, like, I like combat and gameplay, and a lot of gameplay in horror video games is running away from stuff, and I'm like, no, if it's like a monster, I want to go fight the monster. I don't want to have to run and hide and play peekaboo with a freaking monster, you know? And some games let you actually fight monsters, and some games don't. You got the Resident Evil, you got the Silent Hill. It's all kind of depending, but like I would play the shit out of a game like this. This game looks fucking cool.
You stand on the precipice of the final contest. Dare I wonder, are you the harbinger, the archetype that prophecy foretold to liberate Drer from its ceaseless torment? Tread carefully, valiant one, for you now set foot upon a path untouched by any other.
Oh no, this won't do. The harbinger. This won't do. This just won't do. Mistress Hecatia. A player teeters at the precipice of our harrow. Their progression borders on perfection, resting at a staggering 99.99%. All rules honored, no laws violated.
99.99%? An infinitesimal breath away from the mantle of absolute purity. An occurrence unseen, unheard in the orchestration of this game. Could it be, then, that we are on the brink of welcoming the foretold archetype harbinger into our midst?
It appears so, Mistress. The player exhibits a remarkable resilience, a determination unbowed by the trials of our world. They align with the prophecies of the harbinger.
Let the silent statutes of existence adjudicate their worthiness. But our game balances on a knife's edge, and this player dances dangerously close to disrupting my masterfully woven tapestry of control. The intrigue is delightful, but the risk is too grand. Drac, ensure they are ensnared within our world, immediately. Could it be that this player is the key, the final necessary variable in the equation of my ascension, the harbinger of not their victory, but my own?
Jacob! Jacob, are you...
Michael, Jacob? What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
This will be the last one I show. There's I think there's like up to 7 or 8. What is it? Like I think there's 7 or 8 episodes of these, and he's still making new ones. Like he's still releasing new videos, so it's nowhere near being done. Who knows how long they're actually gonna go. I kind of wish each episode was a little bit longer, honestly. But I'm loving this series so far.
Is this Michael Anderson?
Who wants to know?
My name's Calypso. My boyfriend, Austin. He's one of the missing 400 from the convention. I saw your research on Drer.
Calypso, I've exhausted all the leads. I've scanned through all the live streams, every piece of footage from the convention. There's nothing linking to Drer. I wish I could offer you some hope.
There is a link, Michael. It's just not where you've been looking. Do you know how they picked the players for the competition? It wasn't a random draw.
Yeah. I heard about some cryptic online puzzle. No concrete details, though.
That puzzle, it needed a password. My boyfriend and I laughed at how obvious it was. It was hidden right on the application poster, in the bottom left corner.
You mean... Harrow?
I knew you could see it too, Michael. It's not an everyday occurrence when we perceive something that the rest of the world can't.
What are you talking about? It's not hard to miss.
For the majority of the population, that word is invisible, but not for us. You, me, your son, Austin, and the missing 399, we're special.
Special? How?
Our perception of the world is different. Your son, Austin, and the others intrinsically had this unique perception. They could see things in the game that others couldn't.
But how did we...
We were changed, Michael, by something extraordinary our loved ones created. The Maw.
The Maw.
You wrote that your son was playing Drer the night he vanished. You found a hole in the wall that vanished before your eyes.
Yes. People thought I was hallucinating.
They're wrong, Michael. What you saw was real. I know because I saw it too. Austin created one while playing Drer. It wasn't fully developed. It faded like smoke. But it was enough to change my perception. The same happened to you when you witnessed the moor your son opened.
But why did Jacob disappear immediately when Austin vanished days, even weeks later?
Maybe the moor your son created was more developed, stronger. I bet your perception is altered even more than me. Have you played Drer since your son disappeared, Michael?
Yes, sometimes.
And I bet you see things in the game that don't match up with the experiences of other players. We now see Drer in a similar way to your son, Austin, and the other missing 399. But not as clearly. Those who are behind this, they knew, Michael. They knew only those who have the potential of opening a moor were able to enter the
So
competition.
obviously this is like
The
this
400
episode's,
gamers.
lore
They didn't open a
they're
moor
trying
at
to
the convention.
establish.
Perhaps they were abducted, taken somewhere to combine their
Stories
abilities,
more.
to open a larger moor. We need to find out where they were taken. We need to find them.
If we can figure out what makes Jacob, Austin, and the other missing gamers so special, maybe there's a chance we can find a way to bring them back.
Exactly, Michael. We need to learn from them, to see what they saw.
I think I know someone who can help us. She's a neurologist.
Michael, I think someone's after me. I have to... I need to go.
Actually, there was one more I think that I wanted to look at.
Hey everyone.
Nope, that's loud.
Welcome back to the channel. Now
This'll
today
be
we
the
have
end
something
one. This is
really
a good
special lined
ending
up.
spot.
I've managed to get my hands on an extremely rare book that's going to blow your minds, especially if you're as huge a Drer fan as I am. This, my friends, is a lore book based on the diary of none other than the creator of Drer, Dr. R.Giger herself. This book is filled with gorgeous artwork and lore that adds so much depth to the Drer universe. It's not just a supplement, it's like a whole new lens to view the game through. Now let's dive into one of my favorite parts of the book, Chapter 7, titled The Amber Dens and Amberghasts of Drer, Havens in a Hellscape. In the ominous shadows of Drer, a desolate monument stands as a chilling testament to lost wisdom, the Wisdom Wither. Once an Eden of knowledge, now a haunting silhouette tainted by the parasitic deity, Hecatia. Amongst the twisted roots of the Wisdom Wither, a monstrous breed known as Amberghast's Scuttle. These enormous and terrifying creatures, living nightmares, are drawn to the residual power in the decaying veins of the Wisdom Wither. They burrow and gorge themselves on the corrupted sap, which then hardens into amber within their bloated bellies, a precious resource in a land of despair. Amberghasts, for all their monstrous form, are not merely creatures of destruction. Through the use of ancient, arcane technology, these gargantuan beasts can be tamed and controlled. Transformed under the adept hands of their captors, the Amberghasts evolve into amber dens, mobile fortresses that roam the desolate landscapes of Drer. Amber dens offer both protection from the hellscape outside and a valuable resource. Amber, the Fallen Realm's most sought-after resource, provides a fleeting respite to those fortunate enough to obtain it. Its consumption offers an extraordinary psychedelic experience, a sublime escape from the grim reality of Drer. Yet, pure amber is a luxury only the wealthiest can afford. The less fortunate settle for gaslings, smaller parasites nesting within the amberghasts and amber dens. Their amber, though lesser, remains a highly coveted substance, a ticket to a brief, intoxicating respite from the relentless torment. Amber dens are hubs of activity, with amber miners navigating the vast internal labyrinths of the former amberghast to extract the valuable amber. The extraction of amber is a slow, painstaking process, a gradual death sentence to the amberghast hosts. Despite the inherent cruelty of this practice, it's seen as a necessary sacrifice in a world designed to deny comfort. The amber dens stand as both grotesque and captivating symbols of resilience, a testament to the Drerenians' indomitable will to survive and carve out a semblance of civilization amidst despair.
So yeah, that's it for that one. I think we're all done. I'm not gonna go over every single one of them, but it's a very awesome world he's creating. It's very cool, and I love the the aesthetic that is going into the world. Sorry. The aesthetic of the game itself that he's creating, the world that he's creating with it. And he's using AI, yes, but he's using it more as a tool to help portray this story that he's building on. It's just a building block to building this tool of his that he's working on. So I highly do recommend that you guys all go and check him out. Again, his link will be in the description below. And to check out and keep up to date with all the new videos that he's putting out, because there's a lot more coming up. I don't know how long it's gonna be or anything like that, but there's at least 7 of them out now. I only showed you the first 3, and then 2 supplemental lore building videos too. So definitely go and check that out, and I'll be back another time with another video. I'll see you guys later.